Minors and honors are a set of courses concerned with a particular branch compiled in the form of a complementary degree that you will have to complete simultaneously along with your major branch courses. This will find a mention in your final degree certificate. Usually, if you're interested in a particular field, but you cannot study about it in your branch, you can opt for a minor or honor in that particular branch or field. If you guys have any question or doubt at any point of time, please put it up in the chat box. We'll be answering them there. Or after all speakers are done, we'll be having a Q&A session. You can ask it then too. Now let's take a look at the technicalities regarding minors. So a minor degree might constitute anywhere between 15 to 20 credits spread across 5 semesters, and the student has to maintain a CGPA of 7 or more in these minor courses for it to find a mention in his or her degree. Only students who have cleared all courses in their first attempt in the first and second semester and have a CGPA of 7 or more are eligible to opt for a minor in the third semester. Now, minor allotment will be based on the seat availability and your CGPA. Usually, there are around 60 slots in each minor branch, which is filled on the basis of CGPA. You will be allowed to put in multiple choices for your minor selection, and you will be allotted the branch based on that. For example, if your first choice is CS, second choice is IT, and third choice is management, and if there are 60 people who applied for CS minor and have a CGPA more than yours, then you will be allowed the IT minor. And if the 60 slots in IT also get filled, then the management, and so on. Now, if you fail to maintain a CGPA of 7 or more in your minor courses, then these courses might be counted towards the elective credit requirement. This is totally branch specific. Some branches do not consider the minor credits in your elective department. Some branches might. So that's branch specific. And finally, neither the credits nor the CGPA of your minor would affect your major branch degree. So you will have to complete 150 to 155 credits as per your branch requirement, irrespective of your minor credits. So that won't be counted, and neither will the CGPA affect your major branch CGPA. And also, people in CS cannot take an IT minor and vice versa. People in EC cannot take a triple E minor and vice versa. People in chemical department can take a chemistry department of chemistry minor. Basically, these are complementary branches and the courses are usually similar. So this does not happen. Moving on, as I told, I am from electrical and electronics engineering, and I opted for a computer science engineering minor because I was interested in coding. So now in the computer science engineering minor, the total credits is 20, which is basically 5 courses of 4 credits each. And usually the expected cutoff is around 8.5 CGPA. So if your target is to secure a slot in the CSE minor, then I'd suggest you keep your CGPA above 8.5 to be in the safer zone. The cutoff varies every year, so it's not constant. Now for the courses, in my first sem, we had data structures and algorithms, DSA. In my second sem, we had database systems. In my current sem, we'll be having operating systems, followed by software engineering and machine learning in the future semesters. Now, why did I choose this minor? Because DSA, database systems, and operating systems constitute a huge chunk of questions during your coding interviews. So if you're from a different branch and you want to secure an internship, job, project, anything in a coding or programming related field, then DSA, database system, operating system questions are usually asked during your interviews. DSA mainly, you'll be given questions and asked to write pseudo code. So it's really, really important. So this courses can help you there. And projects. So since I'm from Triple E, I cannot gain in-depth knowledge about any CS related field in my major degree. So I opted for this minor as I can get deep insight into a lot of topics, and I can construct projects around it. So that will help me improve my profile in programming related fields. And finally, higher studies. So if you plan on doing your MS in CSE, IT, or any field like that in an abroad university, Then many universities expect you to have completed a few courses before you start their program. So many universities expect you to complete DSA, database systems, operating systems, software engineering before you can start their degree. So if you don't complete it during your college, then you'll have to sit overtime, do it there, and only then you can continue your program there. So again, it helps there. So now to talk about my experience over the past 2 sems. In the first semester, as I mentioned, we had DSA, very important topic. So I paid very close attention to all the lectures and quizzes, assignments, whatever happened during the semester. So we had 2 elaborate assignments. So each consists of around 20 questions. So this basically helped you to have a progress check, and also it was basically practice. Since the whole semester is online, you usually find yourself slacking. So these assignments help me keep my whole progress in check and keep the practice going on. The teaching happened through PPTs, videos, and online lectures. There were only 2 quizzes, and the quizzes, most questions in the quizzes and the NSEM and mid-semester exams were from the internet. So the average will be pretty high. So that's the case with online SEMs. And for my second semester, we had database management systems. So here we had a mini project and an assignment. So these 2 things helped us a lot to gain actual practical knowledge in that particular concept. So we were able to explore more about database, SQL, and things like that while doing these projects and assignment. So that helped a lot. And again, the mode of teaching was videos, online lectures, PPTs. We had a lot of problem solving and doubt solving questions online with the prof, and that helped a lot too, because DBMS is very practical. You'll have to put in a lot of imagination and things like that. So there are always doubts arising. So that helped a lot too. So that was for my experience in my CSE minor. We'll be moving on to IT next.
Hello everyone, I'm Nirmal. I'm currently in my 3rd year in mechanical, studying mechanical engineering, and if you will notice, I have put the expected cutoff for the IT department to be about 8.2, 8.3, around that area. It's good to keep it at a high average. It doesn't require as much as CS, but it still requires quite a high GPA. So make sure to maintain that. The total credits for IT will be 20 over 5 semesters. Each course is a 4-credit course. There's data structures and algorithms, which is my 3rd semester. 4th semester database systems. 5th, I'm currently doing web tech and applications, and then there's parallel computing and data analytics in my future semesters. So personally, the reason why I joined the IT minor was because of my interest in coding. It also helps a lot during interviews, like during coding interviews, because the topics which are being taught, like data structures and algorithms, DBMS, database systems, is quite important for interviews, coding interviews. So it helps a lot over there, and it obviously helps you delve more into the topic, and you can start projects as well, because once you have a good overview of the whole topic as such. Now talking about my experience in the IT minor. So the first semester I had DSA, like Abhinav said, we had DSA. So DSA, the teaching was, it's a really important, it's a fundamental part of any coding, any CS related field. So you need to know data structures and algorithms. It was quite a lot to take. Like this is quite a big amount of information to be learned in this course. So mostly I found that that we were given a lot of assignments during the course. So I found that helped out a lot. We were given assignments on pretty much each data structure and algorithm. So that actually helped also make sure to do the assignments properly. And we were taught using PPTs and recorded lectures at the start. Later on, it became live. So I guess you guys will have it live mostly. Yeah, in the second semester, we had DBMS, or database management system, which is again quite a fundamental and important topic. We were taught again using PDFs, PPTs, live as well as recorded lectures. We were given both, so that's quite useful. It differs from my the DBMS course differed from my DSA, as in we had a mini project. So mini project was basically building a basic database system. You guys won't know it, but it's good. So I personally found DBMS quite hard. So once you do the mini project, you'll get quite a good overview of what exactly how everything works. So it's quite important that you guys do the mini project well. Um, and we had a lab assignment. So IT courses usually we have labs in IT courses. So this during my second semester, I had mostly they just give us SQL queries to solve. So it's quite simple. You didn't need to know a lot, and Google does prove quite useful during assignment solving. So yeah, I think that's it. And overall, I'm very satisfied with my experience in the IT minor. Yeah, that's all from my side. Move on to the next.
Hey guys, this is Romit Shrivastava. I'm third year in mechanical engineering right now, and I've chosen electronics and communication engineering as my minors in my second year. So the cutoff can be around 7.3. That is what it was for me last year, and it can vary a little bit. It can go to 7.2 to 7.5. It can change. And since you guys are in first years and your first sem is online, and we all know due to many reasons, like your GPAs must have been a bit more. You guys must have had a few high range of GPAs. So this is not an accurate number, but then you guys can be sure, like at least keep it secured, keep it above 7.5, and I think you guys can make it up to, I don't know, that is just my estimation, but yeah, this is what we had last year. So the total credits in this minus course is 15, and we had digital electronics in my third sem, which you guys will be starting now. I think you guys are already in third sem now. And I had analog electronics in my fourth sem. I'm having signals and systems right now, and I think I'll be having communication systems and data communication and networks later on. So pretty easy courses, to be very honest. Like digital and analog electronics, they both are the most basic courses. So there was nothing much to learn, but then something which we already knew. It was a lot of add-ons to it, and it was really interesting to learn. And for both of these topics, if you didn't enjoy the classes so much, or you couldn't make notes or anything, there is like there's plenty of resources available online already in terms of YouTube videos, or be it notes and stuff. Everything, a lot is available online for you to support yourselves. And coming to why I chose this minor, being in my first year, I had some plans. Maybe I wanted to explore some areas like robotics, or be it mechatronics. These are some of the upcoming names that you'll hear, but then you don't know much about it. But then when you read about it online or on the internet, or you talk to seniors about it, they really suggest you to have something in your background that can lead you to that path. So I did the same thing. I talked to a few of my seniors, and they suggested, yep, go for it. It's definitely helpful, at least to show something. And being those interests of mine, for those, I just took it. I think EC minus goes really well with mechanical branches. It can take you to robotics and mechatronics, as I mentioned. And if you are in CSIT, I think EC has, like, it integrates really well with those branches, the coding related fields and all. So I think those are the really good branches to take EC minus with. And moving on, yeah, so in my first semester, I had digital electronics, as I mentioned. My professor was Miss Kalpana Bhatt, and a pretty standard procedure for evaluation and everything. We had, I think, 2 assignments, 2 quizzes, and 2 major exams, the midsems and ensems. And she was really into everything. She was very helpful in everything, given the online sem and everything. So yeah, her PPTs were like very detailed, and they were actually handwritten. So she put a lot of efforts, and all the lectures were recorded and available at any time to everyone. And similarly, second semester as well, Dr. Sushil was like really good, and he explained stuff really well, and very supportive. Again, standard amount of assignments. It gave a lot of add-ons, as I said. Like, we already knew a lot, we referred a lot, we had a lot of resources to learn from, and we did all through it. So it was nothing much. It's not that hectic, at least in your third year. Sorry, second year, that is your third semester and fourth semester. So these two subjects are pretty easy to go through, and you guys shouldn't be having a problem. Uh, yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you.
Uh, Hello guys, I'm Naveen Venkat from AAA department. I chose my minor in mechanical department. So there's not exactly any cutoff for mechanical department because as far as I know, there were only 19 people in mechanical minor last year. So anyone who's eligible for applying for minors would definitely get a mechanical minor. That's what's last year's scenario. It might change this year, but I'm not sure. So the total credits were 20. We had 5 courses, like each is 4 credits each sum. We had first some mechanical manufacturing engineering, then thermal engineering, then mechanical design, production management, and in the final sum it will be seventh sum it would be industrial automation. Moving on, like why I chose this course. Felt it would be really good with my EEE core. As Romit stated, um, mechanical can be easily integrated with tripling. So in the field like robotics and mechatronics, I was really interested in those fields. So I opted for this minor. Moving on to my experience in this course. Third sem we had manufacturing engineering, which was taken by Dr. Shivananda Naika sir. The subject was full theory and it was quite interesting. It was similar to your first or second some elements of mechanical engineering. So it wasn't very hard. Sir used to take 30 minutes classes every day. He would upload a PPT in Moodle every day in the same night after the class. There were 4 assignments, 4 pretty long assignments, very detailed, which gave us a really good idea of the subject. 2 before midterms and 2 after midterms. And 2 quizzes were there, both all MCQs were all MCQ quizzes. Midterm and some were MCQ and subjective type. Part A was MCQ and part B was subjective, which we had to write and scan PPT and scan PDF and send it. Since it was online, no, we didn't have any lab. So, and the exams basically didn't really test us at all. So, the assignments was useful, but exams wasn't that helpful. The fourth sem was thermal engineering. It was taken by Dr. Kumar GN. The course was totally problem solving and numericals. Same structure as third sem, 4 assignments, 2 before and 2 after midterms. 2 quizzes, both MCQ and one before and one after midsum. End sum and midsum were theory and objective, same as like third sum. Kumar sir is one of the best professors I came across in NITK. Every time you mail him regarding any help, no, he would reply as soon as possible, and the reply would be very detailed. Like, he goes that extra step which most prof in NITK don't. Overall, my experience in this course was satisfactory. I was expecting something related to robotics and mechatronics, but the first 2 sums it wasn't that much. But this sem we are having mechanical design. I hope that helps. They really did the best they can do online. Moving on to the next speaker.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Udbhav Sinha. I'm from EEE department, and I took a minor under the School of Management. So, coming to the courses that I had, the first 2 that I've already faced are financial management and human resource management. All of these are 3 credit courses. In the next semester, we will have marketing management, and then finally business analytics and entrepreneurship. And the order of these might change, but it should remain this in this order as far as I know. So the CGPA kind of changes every semester, like mentioned. So I wouldn't go by that. The year before me, it was below 8, but in my year, it kind of climbed up due to the feedback given by the seniors. So people kind of rushed towards this minor more. The main reason I had for choosing this minor under School of Management is that it gives an idea about how the courses under MBA might be. While they won't exactly help you get into an MBA college, but it gives you an idea about the field, a feeler of sort. Another main reason for me personally was that the course felt different from the domain that we are in, that is engineering. So if you're kind of looking for something new, something kind of different from what you're already studying, then School of Management has a pretty good minor, and that's kind of the thing. And lastly, seniors' feedback was kind of helpful. They told us that the course will not be hectic, which is true, and I'll be getting to the experience now. So in the first semester, we had financial management. It was a pretty interesting course. You learned about companies, their asset, how they define their assets and their liabilities, fixed assets, fixed liabilities, and other financial stuff that you'll learn. If you're interested in the field of finance at all, it was pretty interesting. We had MCQ quizzes. We had 3 to 4. We had 3 quizzes in this semester, in the first semester. And later on in the semester, towards the end, we had a group project, which was a case study. We had to analyze a company that is listed, and we had to give its various parameters, its debts, and so on. Like the things that we learned, we had to apply it and on a real life company. So it was pretty interesting. The classes were taken over live sessions, and we didn't have an issue with those. The recorded lectures were sent on time, and the PPTs were also sent on time. The second semester, we had human resources management, and for this one, we again had live sessions every day, and the PPTs were also sent to us when we needed it before the quizzes. We had MCQ quizzes. It's the same as those in the financial management course, and those quizzes were pretty much what they covered what we did, but I felt due to the online mode of evaluation, they were not very useful as such, because they were all MCQs, and HR is a slightly subjective human kind of interface. But yeah, like the professor did what he could, and we learned about HR, the importance, and we also learned from from a company's perspective about the processes of recruitment and selection and so on, and how to boost productivity. So all that was pretty insightful. And overall, I would say that the minor was highly competitive, because the CGPA kind of cutoff went high for our year. It might change for you guys, but yeah, it was highly competitive, and the class average would go high. But overall, as for the course itself, it was pretty interesting, and I would say that if you're interested in this field, you can definitely go for this. And it was like the seniors before me told me, that it was not hectic, so I would recommend taking this course. It was because all of these are 3 credit courses; they do not demand a lot of work from you, so that's something I liked about it. Thank you. That would be all from my side.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello, I'm Shruvan Warke. I'm a fourth year CSE student, and I have taken physics minors as of 2 years ago. Yeah, as of 2 years ago. Okay. So moving on. So the expected cutoff for physics minor is around 7 to 7.5. In my year, it was 7. So basically, whoever applies kind of gets it. And last year, I think it rose a little bit, but then it's safe to assume that there are relatively few people applying for physics minors. So it's safe to assume that if you have a CGPA around 7.5, you'll get in. So that just to be on the safer side. Now there are a total of 6 courses in this minors. Now, so the jury is still out on if there'll be 6 courses or 5 courses. So as of now, I know that there'll be first 5 courses that you see on the list. Those are the 5 courses which I have taken. Now all these courses are kind of math intensive, and each course is 4 credits. Now, the reason why I took this minors was mainly because of my personal interest in physics, and that I would like to pursue physics for my higher studies. Now, physics is physics is like an interdisciplinary subject. You can use it with mechanical, electrical, and I'm a CS student, so physics actually involves a lot of coding. If you're actually doing, you're going for application-based research for moving forward, or astrophysics. That's my interest. So it's interdisciplinary. You can take it with anything you like, and the main thing that you need is personal interest. Moving on. Now, how was the course structure for me? So basically, for every course, now all of the courses you saw on the previous page, now for most of them, there'll be periodic assignments during the sem. So there'll be at least 3 to 5 assignments, and then they're pretty easy to solve if you're attending the lectures lectures regularly. Then they're easy to score. So just make sure you score really, you make sure you solve all the questions and submit the assignments on time, and that should be sufficient for you. And there are a minimum of 2 quizzes per sem, though some profs like to take more quizzes. Usually some profs, like I think for two of my courses, I had 4 quizzes per sem. For the other 2, I had two quizzes per sem. Now the class format is actually, it can either be a live lecture or a recorded lecture. Now some professors actually like to teach on a tablet and write down everything, write down the proofs and explain it to you. Even these lectures will be available to you via recording, or some professors might actually make a recording beforehand and share it with you. In either case, it's best for you to actually make notes while the recording is going on, or you might have to revisit it later, as they'll be sharing notes, but there'll only be a few relevant notes that you'll be getting from the professor. So it's best for you to make your own notes while the lectures are going on. Now, the term you see over here is an optional requirement. Now, all these courses actually, whoever's interested in physics must know that physics actually has a lot of math in it. So there is an optional requirement that you need to be interested in math. It need not be that you need to be an expert in mathematics. It's just that you need to be interested in mathematics. They will be taking a mathematics course so you can get the hang of basics and everything. but the order of the courses is shuffled every year. Now, the future prospect. Now, say if you're really interested in physics, then you can take up a project under a prof. You can contact a prof for a project. You can even take that up as your major project if you can clear it up with your department, though that's unlikely. But then you can definitely take up a project during your summer break, and you can talk to the professor. You can work on that project. And then you can also look at internships at RRI, Raman Research Institute, IISc, IIScr. Now, these are actually, this will actually be really good for your profile if you're applying for, if you're planning to move your career into physics. Now, an additional option is that physics department also gives a lot of open electives. Like in the previous list, you saw there might not have been general relativity is not there on that list. So that is offered as an open elective by the physics department, and there are a lot of other courses which you can take, and you have a lot of options. So yeah, that'll be all. You can ask me any questions later on.
Hey everyone, I'm Pratyush Purohit, and currently pursuing mechanical engineering, and I had taken EEE minors. So currently I've dropped it, and I'll come to that later. For now, an overview of EEE. Generally, whoever opted for this particular minors got it, but I'd still suggest you to keep your GPA above 7.1, and keep in mind, in general, these cutoff for your batch may increase. So for the credits and the number of courses, we see a similar trend, 5 courses, 4 credits each. So over the past 1 year, we did the first 2 courses. As to why I chose this particular minor, so one was mainly my personal interest. So I really liked the first year's EEE, and I thought, okay, continuing that would be helpful. And secondly, Mech plus EEE goes along really well, like others also pointed out. And given that everything is electrifying in the future, it would come handy. So that's the reason why I chose it. Coming to my experience, next slide. Yeah, coming to my experience, in the first time we had electrical circuits. This subject was basically an extension of our first year course, and it just involved more ways of solving for your electric circuits. The professor who taught me was Dr. Dharawat Kishan, and he's one of the better profs you'll find in NITK. So for the teaching methods, we had live sessions, and they gave recorded lectures on YouTube and not just Moodle. And PPTs were there, of course, but before exams, they would give typed notes. The prof would make his own typed notes and give it to us so that we can refer it while learning. So overall, the prof was really interested, and he was really into his subject and taught us really well. Quizzes and during the sem, we were given assignments, and those really helped us in the quizzes and all. You generally see a similar questions of similar patterns that were there in the assignment. Mid-sem and sems were relatively easy. I felt they were easy if you do listen in class, or even if you just go through the notes and do the assignment, or pay attention, you'll easily make through it. It's very easy to get this get this minor through. The quizzes and mid-sem and sems were relatively easy. Coming to the second sem, we had basic electric machines. So in that, they went through our motors, generators, etc. And this was a more interesting course, but as our curriculum is, it was really math based. They didn't go into the concepts a lot. At the end, you were back to solving the same equations and different ways you can solve the circuits, and all. It boils down to the same thing. Again, quiz assignments were the same thing, relatively easier, and same pattern was followed. Though the typed notes and recorded lectures on YouTube did stop, but the professor's interest was still same. Now, coming to why I dropped this minor. Next slide. So I felt that the minor did not complement my future goals. So I didn't want in the field I was interested in, that is aerospace. I couldn't find a way to include what I'm learning here in any way. So and also I felt that in the end, if at all I have to apply any concepts from Triple E, these courses will not help me in any way. And again, they were very theory intensive, like as in you weren't learning a lot of concepts and what is happening around, what is happening in current, like the tech applications in current world. It's only math based solving, and you're solving the same circuit equations. Coming to how you go about dropping a minor, there is a certain ambiguity, but generally you mail your HOD and faculty advisor stating your reason why you want to drop, and they do agree, like they will not question you in any way. They'll accept it, and they also sometimes they give option to convert it into open electives. This you'll have to confirm with your faculty advisor. It is not a given all the time. So when if a case arises where you have to drop, just confirm this with your faculty advisor. Do make sure you're interested in minor, and you do not have to come into a situation where you would want to drop. But if you want to give it a try, you can drop it right after your first course. So you have an option. Let's say you start the minor, and 1 month into the minor you have the option to drop it. And similarly, at the end of the first course, that is the first semester of the minor, you can drop it, and at the end of the second semester. So you can get in, but I'd advise to be sure that you're interested in the minor and then only get in. That is it from my side. Moving on.
Okay, hi guys, good evening. So my name is Shruti Masand and I am a final year BTech student. I am doing my BTech in ECE, and along with that, I have honors in VLSI. So moving on to the introduction. To get into honors, you have to first of all get a CGPA of at least 8 up till your second semester. After that, you get eligible to take this up. And when you choose honors in your discipline, you will be required to complete at least 15 to 20 credits in your own discipline. So after that, you have to also score a CGPA of at least 6 in each of these courses so that it can be counted as honors. So after you complete your honors with a GPA of 6 or above, it will find a mention in your grade cards and in fact your degree certificate saying that you did BTech in your branch plus honors in whatever field your branch offers. So this was like the major rule, but along with that, this you should keep in mind that the credits that you achieve, like 15 to 20 credit in your discipline, you cannot count it for the completion of your BTech degree. It's like 150 for your BTech plus 20 for your honors. So the credits or the CGPA won't be included in your major branch. It will be counted as a separate grade card. Moving on. So as I told, the expected cutoff is 8. Like it's a rule. It's not like other minor courses. Like there'll be a cutoff and there'll be a list and everything. It's like they just say it's 8 and then you can just opt in for this. Now, the total credits can depend on various branches. Since I am in ECE, I can tell you that it is 5 courses for us and each is of 4 credits. So we have to do 5 into 4, 20 credits. And since you have to take it up in your second year's beginning, and the courses will start in your third year's beginning, you will have total of 4 semesters to complete 5 courses. This can again vary because I'm talking about my branch, that is ECE. So you should check in with your faculty advisor about the details of the number of courses and the number of credits that you have to exactly complete. But in my case, what I have to do is complete 5 courses in 4 semesters. So I took 1 course in each semester till now. Right now in my 7th semester, I've taken up 2 courses. And in my next semester, I'll again take up 1 course. So that will make 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 5. So that is totally upon you if you want to take one course in some SEM or take two in the other. So they don't force it upon you that you have to do two in particular SEM. Now, what kind of honors will you get in your branch? So this again depends on each branch. Like I have come to know that in branches like IT, they don't have a specific division between courses. But in my branch, that is ECE, we have a division of VLSI, communication engineering, and signal processing machine learning. So these three are basically the branches that are offered to MTech people. So these MTech people complete their degrees in a particular field of specialization. Now, if I want to specialize in VLSI, which I'm doing right now, I will have to take the courses which are being offered to these MTech people, and they are being opened for me being a honor student. So that's how I will be doing my honors in VLSI. So these courses are predetermined by the department itself. We can, put in mails that, okay, we would like to do this from the MTech curriculum. But most of the times it's the department that thinks, ki, okay, this particular course is good for the BTech students to cover right now. And given that we are BTech people, the course that is good for us, they will decide. And but of course, you can put in your say and mail your faculty advisor looking at the MTech curriculum. But I would say just go with the flow. They do take best decisions. So as I told, these are main fields constituting your branch, and these are the ones that are offered to MTech. But again, this can vary from branch to branch. Like I said, in IT, there will be one uniform honors offered. And similarly, in some other branch, there will be something else. So coming to why I took honors in VLSI is that I was always very interested. I did embedded systems a lot in my first year, and I really fell in love with digital electronics when I did it in my second year. It was taught to us in EC. And from digital electronics, I moved on to VLSI. This was a very natural flow, and this is how VLSI develops in actual as well. So I just felt that it was something that could be my forte. And another thing is that recruiters for ECE are from the VLSI industry. I didn't have that in my mind naturally. It just happened coincidentally. But you can always look out for this to get a good core ECE job. VLSI is literally the field. It is the most trending field, and I feel it is very promising as well. Similarly, communication engineering and SPML are very good for research, and SPML is like signal processing and machine learning. These two fields are very popular these days, applicable for all fields. So this was just for my branch, but for your branch, you can talk to your seniors or to your faculty advisor and seek for advice. So this is how I made my decision. And I also got to know that the courses being offered were really good, because those courses were being given to final years at that time when I was in third year. So that made me realize that if I do these courses, I will be at an edge over other people in my own branch. So when I sit for my internships at the end of my second year, or at the end of my third year when I sit for placements, if I tell them that I know this, which is again something that my peer people don't know, it would be obviously in my favor. So this is how I decided that honors was just the best thing for me. Moving on, now my experience with this is like the course structure was okay. So my third year courses, one course in fifth semester and one course in sixth semester, both of them were taken by the same prof, Professor MS Bhatt, and he is literally the best prof in VLSI. So I was blessed to attend his course, and I feel the way he taught, he gave us 3 to 5 assignments per sem, and he kept quizzes, regular quizzes. Along with that, he also gave us live lectures, and we had doubt sessions. So it was a very well prepared course, and it was amazing. We had final years in the course as well, and some MTech people naturally. So that really makes you study harder, because you have to overcome the competition. That final years and MTech people know more than you. but it's in a good way. It's a motivation to work. And I am proud to say that I did get a CGPA of 9 in both the courses. I was really scared at first that how will I compete with these seniors, but if you really focus on the thing that they're teaching you, you will realize that with a little dedication, these courses are not really that hard. Like, you can achieve it if your basics are good, like nicely established. So if any one of you is scared to take honors just because you think it will be with MTech people or seniors will be there and we can't compete with them, there will be nothing like that. You just have to keep working and you'll be good to go. So the requirement, as I said, you should be well versed with the basics of the field, because see, for VLSI, I went from embedded systems to digital system design to VLSI basics and then to honors. So I was very well versed with my basics. My foundations were strong, so I could really get out there and learn some advanced concepts. And with that whole base being strong, I could score well in my honors as well. So as you all have one whole year right now before stepping into honors, you can really work on all your basics. And since you all are first years, Abhi, so I feel all of you will be just getting into your branches and you'll be fed with the basics of your branches. So make sure if you're taking honors, you do explore every field first of all, and you learn everything very nicely, because you will never know what field exactly you get interested in at the end of your second year, because second year is all about exploring. And also, I'll make this clear, for my branch, I was not required to choose the field of specialization at the end of my first year. They gave us the options at the end of the second year. So after that, when my third year was beginning, I really had some clarity ki, okay, I want to, I guess, go for VLSI because this does seem interesting. And over the summer vacations, I had even read about the basics and groundwork, and I talked to a lot of seniors ki, how is this field going and will this benefit me or should I take something else. So that groundwork I had done in my summer vacations. So taking the decision was easy. So you should have an open mind. Since you all are just kids right now, just done with your first year, you all have to keep a very open mind and absorb all the knowledge that is being put in your way. So with that only you will be able to make a very informed choice. So this is important. Now, the future prospects of this very important decision that you'll take would be that this will, enable you to put in more quality work in your major project. I hope you all know that in your final year, you are required to complete a major project, which can be in some branches for one whole year or in branches like ACE for just one semester, but it will be around for 6 credits. So to complete your BTech degree, you have to do your major project. So major project mostly like 80-90% of the people have to do in their own branch. Some departments might not give you the permission to do it in some other branch. So what happens is, if you are aware of a particular field of specialization and you are pretty good with it by that time, by the end of your third year, I feel you can put in more quality work into it, because since you have to do it in your field, you will know more aspects of that field than any other person in your class. So, in fact, even after doing an internship at the end of your third year, if it is luckily in the same field as your area of specialization, you will really feel very enriched in one particular thing. And that, believe me, is very good in our area. And in engineering, if you can specialize in a field very nicely, I feel no one can stop you from going at the top. And don't think that you are in first year so abhi sab kuch confusion mein hai. Please don't think all that, because as time progresses, you all will be getting clearer and you will be able to make a more informed choice. So that is how I feel it will put in more quality in your major project. And again, as I said, it will be amazing for your CV, because you will be specializing in one thing, and the recruiters, if they want you to know that thing, they will be like, wow, we found gold. So this is the thing about it. And additional options is that well, in our case now, they have opened all honors courses due to less people. So what happened was that since this is an online semester and some people had left the honors course, I'll be coming to that in a while. So since that happened, there were less people, and since MTech's schedule is a little shaken up and it is not in synchrony with BTech schedule, because of that we just have 5 people in VLSI honors and 1 person in honors in SPML. So we have 6 people for honors, and they have to offer certain courses. So they will be offering it to only us, and offering one whole course for just people like 1 or 2 people is not very feasible. So that's why they opened it up, and they were like, anyone from BTech can also take that elective, take it as elective, not as honors. And like a person from VLSI can take a course in SPML and it will still be counted as honors if they have been doing honors from 3rd year. So this is some khichdi that they made right now because of the special circumstances that we are in. But don't get confused with all this. It's just something temporary. And hopefully if things go better next year, fingers crossed, I think it will all be just normal and this khichdi won't happen again. But I feel it is still going good for people who are genuinely interested in this. So, okay, Naveen, I think there is one more slide after thank you. Yeah, so procedure to drop honor. Now, I have not dropped it because I love what I'm doing, but there were some people who dropped it. So I will tell you why they dropped it. The reason was that what happened is that because of the whole lag in the MTech's classes starting late and BTech's classes starting earlier last semester. Basically, BTech started in January and MTech started in February. So in May, BTech was done, but MTech people had 1 month left. So honors people who were doing the course with them had to, continue college, even though for them it was officially summer vacations. So it was a tough deal because I'll tell you, these courses are not a piece of cake. You have to do their assignments, and then there was a big project at the end, and the exam was also again tough. I won't deny that. So because of that, I had to put in a lot of work in May, even though my internship had started. So I had to handle 2 things. So many people, okay, not many, I think 2 or 3 people left honors because they felt that they won't be able to handle this pressure in May 2021. So they left the whole honors thing in December 2020 before the semester started. So this is what they felt. And again, one more popular reason that can be is that they found the course tough. They felt that it was too much of an effort, and they thought ki, okay, let me just concentrate on BTech right now and I will do MTech later. So this can be another thinking that someone can have. And another reason can be change of interest, that okay, at the end of 2nd year I felt that this field is my area and I think I should work on it. But by the end of 1 semester or say 2 semesters, I felt that okay, no, this is not really what I thought it would turn out as, and this is something different, but I feel I want to switch my area and go to something else. So these things can happen. So because of that, people can leave honors. So this is one more reason I came across amongst my peers. So how they dropped the honors was that they mailed the HOD and the faculty advisor, and they had to state the reason why they are dropping it. And with this, what happens is that once you leave honors, you have already completed some course, right? So that course can't go to just waste because it is not getting counted to your CGPA calculation. So what they do is, suppose my honors course was worth 4 credits in the 5th semester and I dropped honors in December. So what they will do is they will just add it to my 150 wala balance for completing the BTech degree. It's similar to minors only. So this is what will happen. And my closing notes would be that this is a tough decision because it's again a very premature one to take when you have just completed your 2nd year, you've just started exploring your field, and it is very tough to decide that what field you want to specialize in. So just don't be demotivated. If you have some clarity, just take the course. You can drop it later. Okay, it is not a mandation that someone will just sit you through it and you will have to do it throughout your btech. If you feel ki, okay, I can maybe experiment doing honors in this field because I do like it somewhat, just take it and go with it. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा this will happen that you might not like it and you will drop it, and it will just add on to your experience. So don't get demotivated. And if you feel that there is no minor that can cater to your interest, go for honors, explore your own branch. And I think even I was more confused when I had to choose between CSC minors and honors in VLSI. So I also had talked to a lot of seniors and a lot of profs as well. I ate up their heads like anything, and I think they all hated me by the end of that whole doubt session. But doesn't matter, right? As long as your doubts are being clarified, just go talk to a lot of people and clarify all your doubts and just go for it. So that's it. Thank you guys, and the floor is open for all your questions.
Yeah, we'll just go to the CGPA calculation. So
Yeah.
guys, we have a small section where we'll help you with the CGPA calculation in case there are any confusion with that. Abhinav, can go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So for the calculation, let's just assume these two data sets. All right. So if you don't know for now, these three courses, XY101, JK143, PQ111, credits are given respectively 3, 4, and 3, and GPA is 9, 8, and 8. All right. You might have seen this in your first sem grade cards. So it will be like this. So in order to calculate your SGPA, which is a semester grade point average, it's the summation of GPA in the course multiplied by the credits allotted for that course divided by the total credits in that semester. So in this case, it will be 9 for XY101 into 3 plus 8 into 4 for JK143 plus 8 into 3 for PQ111 and divided by 10, which is 3 plus 4 plus 3. That's the total credits in that semester. So that comes somewhere around 8.3. And for your CGPA, which is cumulative grade point average, we'll consider this as a data set where we have SGPAs of 4 semesters and the credits in those semesters. So it's similar to the SGPA calculation, but here you replace it with SGPA of the semester multiplied by the total credits of that semester divided by the total credits until then. So here it will be for the first semester 8.2 into 21. For the second it will be 9.4 into 21. For the third it will be 9 into 24, and the fourth it will be 8.6 into 26. Summation of all this divided by 92, which is the summation of all credits. So that will be anywhere around 8.8. So that was your CGPA calculation. Now we are open to questions. You can ask your questions and we'll answer.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, the question is I guess there was some anomaly in your PPT. In the curriculum of 2020, the CGPA till fourth semester is considered for honors, I guess, rather than second.
Mohit, they might have changed that then, bro, because back in our time it was still second semester.
Yeah, it was till second semester, but again, like if you don't get till 8 by your fourth sem, it will be a little controversial.
I think this was actually mentioned by our batch, since we take the course in the 5th sem, so the GPA calculation should be till the 4th sem, right? That is what we had put to them. So probably they did take it into consideration now.
Yeah, maybe because can you please confirm it just once, because the PDF is not with me. It's there in the website, I guess. Just someone please confirm.
I think you can get clarity from your CRs, and if they don't clarify it, just ask your faculty advisor, and it won't be a big deal.
Yeah, okay. And one more thing, if someone is considering MTech, then honors, I don't think would be a good choice, because anyway in MTech he is going to take those courses. So why take it early on?
Okay, that's a very good question. So see, it all depends on you. Like I felt that maybe MTech was not something that I would go for. It's just too much work, do GATE and then do MTech. So I felt that maybe right now only I can explore my field and specialize in it and get a good job. This was what I felt when I was at your level. So this was my thinking, but again, it totally depends on you. And if you really want to pursue MTech later, I think it's okay. You can skip the headache now, but it has its own advantages for getting you at a good position after BTech. I won't deny that. So it's totally your choice.
Yeah, and one more thing, if someone wants to do honors plus minors, then like, can they do both?
No, I don't think there is an option like that. But even if they gave that option, I think it would be a disaster for anyone who does that because it's too much work. You can't handle both. And I don't think they even allow it.
Yeah, if someone wants to go into the R&D sector, say research and development, or work for some laboratory. I mean, I'm from chemical, so best case scenario would be working in some R&D for a company. So will honors be a better choice, I guess?
Well, you said you are in chemical.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you should talk about this to your chemical seniors because, especially those who are already in that industry, because they will be having an inner insight of what goes into getting into that place. And they will be also having an idea of what their seniors are doing, especially those who are in the industry. So you can ask them what are the qualifications of the people who are in that industry and at a higher post. So that will give you an idea that what exactly people do to get there. And again, doing honors is just like taking an MTech elective. Many people do that. Our seniors also used to take electives from MTech curriculum. Just now they named it honors. So it's not a very big deal that if you took honors, it's not something you'll do in MTech and something like that. Don't think so much and just talk to your seniors. I hope I answered your doubt.
Okay, so Santosh has put up a question. How may I know how many get minor in each batch? So there are 60 slots in all minors. So usually CSIT and management are almost filled, and the rest usually whoever applies they get it. So that's been the scenario till now. We don't know how it will change, but there are 60 slots approx in every minor. Yeah. So yeah, Sean, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, your question is like, do minors help with respect to careers? Like, okay, so if you're looking for a career change, like, okay, so if you're planning to do something interdisciplinary or maybe switch to a different career path, or if you want to keep your option open, then yeah, minors is a good choice for you. Basically, minors will help you. You know, if you're not sure about what you want to pick, then you can pick minors, or if you want to pick an intersection of two sets, basically of intersection of two different fields, then minors is an option for you. Whereas for UPSC, I think if you're looking for UPSC, then that will then the syllabus is more towards your arts and like your history, geography, civics, and all of that. So if you're actually planning to study for UPSC, then you will want to save your time and rather focus on that, dedicate your time on that, because the preparation is not that easy. It's pretty difficult, and then you can look into that as well. UPSC, like what I mean to say is like UPSC does not fall like we don't have any courses in minors which support UPSC as of now. I hope that answers your question.
I came across these two doubts about honors. Is BTech honors equal to MTech? No, big no. Because BTech honors is just 20 credits out of MTech ka big credit pool. So it is not equal to MTech. It is just a glance that you can get at your field specialization. And there was one more question. Can we choose honor after fourth sem? So in my time, people did choose, like I also chose after my after my second semester I chose.
But there were some people who had a change of mind at the end of their second year. So they did make a special request to the faculty advisor, and they were allowed to, join the honors classes. So they were mostly those people who had taken up some minor, and that minor didn't cater to their interest. So they dropped that minor and requested the faculty advisor to add them to honors. So this is again something that you guys can do. You can explore it out.
Adding to that, I'm in my I'm in my third year now. Beginning with that, I'm in Triple E, and for us, we weren't given a lot of communication from our department clearly as about the honors after the first year. And right now, they released a list saying that okay, these students are eligible to take it up, and you guys can opt for it. And they explained that yeah, like many people end up dropping, so choose it only if you're interested and stuff like that. So yeah, that kind of depends on your branch, I guess. I would say it really honors is something that your branch will largely decide.
Aviral, so that will be completely based on your interest. So there is nothing like hectic or not hectic. It's only based on your interest. So if you are really into robotics and you feel like it's going to be easy if you take up anything related to that, then I don't think you'll feel hectic. If not, then obviously all courses are a bit comprehensive and tough. So yeah.
Except robotics, is there any course which is not so tough? Like in mechanical, there's a lot to study. So.
Usually, like if you want to, like you can explore all the courses that are listed in every minor, and just choose what you think is closest that will help you on your career path. And I think that'll be the best decision. We'll have this video uploaded, so you can go through the course list again and see whichever will help you in your robotics path.
Okay. Thank you.
Also, Aviral, I think if you're looking for something like robotics or anything, like you're definitely not going to get everything from college itself. Like you definitely have to put some work other than that from your side again, like, taking up some other courses online, we may be it on Coursera or whatever, or maybe ask seniors on how they, start working with all this robotics and stuff. So it's not definitely the minors that you take. Again, if you're like really, really interested in it, you definitely go for whatever subject you're interested in, and you'll definitely find a way to reach that. So it shouldn't be a problem. Just don't look what is hectic or not, because see, even I'm in mechanical, and hectic, not hectic, it's a thing. Everyone has something hectic in their branch or not. So it's just completely based on your interests. You have your whole second year, you can explore whatever areas you want. So do accordingly whatever you like.
Yeah, okay, but I actually don't know about like which course I should take from. You said outside the college.
Okay, so if you're planning to do something in robotics, then okay. So what branch are you from again?
Mechanical.
Okay, so if you're planning to do something in robotics, then you can try out ECE, but then the courses in ECE are not that specific to robotics. So you can check out a couple of courses on NPTEL. But more than that, what you can check out is like being in mechanical, and if you want to go into robotics, then the fields that will be important for you are mechanical design. You need to get good at Fusion 360 or SolidWorks or any of those other softwares. And if you're looking into more ECE sides, then you can learn ROS, that's robotic operating systems. You can explore that. There are courses online, there's material online. And there are clubs in our campus which kind of teach you about this, like FARC and Robocon, even ACM. Like we take up robotics projects every year from in our Vidyut SIG as well. So you can join exclusive clubs, and there are most clubs do take up robotics projects, so you can explore your interests, understand what you like and what you don't like, and learn further.
Okay. I'm in FARC, FARC.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
And one more question is that my dream college, if it's outside the country, then what should be my approach for that? Like I wanna do MTech from there, MS.
I think Aviral, you can contact the people who just gave the talk later, and maybe these questions they can answer to you personally. Right now, like we'll like to take the general questions first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay. You
much.
can get in touch with Shravan and later. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
can see Andrea Thomas's question. Will the college that I'm trying to get admission into for higher studies care about whether I took a honor in my field? So, okay, so it is not like a very mandatory thing that you should have honors in your resume. It won't matter until you have really good projects and CGPA that will impress your dream college. But I will always say that having an honors in the field to which you are applying to for your higher studies will always benefit you, and that will help you be over, like on the, like above the people who are at your level. So it will, and it will also give you more clarity in your own field. It will give you more insights, so it will have various other benefits in your life and your career choice. So you can go with it.
Thank you. I have a doubt, like what is the major difference between CS minors and IT minors?
Yeah, so CS minor, you can check the courses which the minors to provide. So CS, I think this OS and like the first two courses are are same, like DS and DBMS, but then later on it sort of changes. So CS minors can be more theoretical. IT is more practical, application based. So that's the main difference, right, between CS and IT. You can check out the courses which the departments offer, the minor courses. It's there in the PPT. We'll be sharing the PPT later too. You can check it out.
And I think along with what Nirmal said, IT courses have labs also with them, right?
Yeah, we do have labs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they have labs and there is a mini project associated with it. So the project gives you like a very hands-on experience. So that does help.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
And if we have to make the choice, like if I opt for minor or go for honors, we have to do it just in this next 20 days, means after first year.
see, what I would advise is if you have any minors in your mind that I want to do this very badly and I think it will cater to your interest. So if you feel that way, just take the minor. And if you don't like the minor, drop it after your second year, and then go for honors. Like you can always do that. They won't scold you for doing this or something. And if you feel that no, you're very clear with your mind and you want to go for honors, just make the choice. And also, if by chance you like the minors that you by chance pursue, what you can do is that later when you come to your final year, these courses which we did last year, like in my third year, the courses I did for honors are being offered as electives to final years now. So like when, like it will be 1 year late, it will come to you 1 year late, but it will come to you. Like you will get the option to do those advanced courses as your electives, but in your final year. So if you feel that you will be missing out on some advanced concepts because you took a minor, I don't think that will happen. You can always request your department to offer you some good courses.
Okay, thank you.
And one more thing, like for example, if I take a CA, say mechanical minor, so will it affect me in placements? Like, will I be able to do something in mechanical during placements?
Guys, one thing again, like be very sure that minors are just 5 courses that you're gonna get over this period of 2 more years. I think 2-3 more years. Yeah. So it's not going to teach you like literally everything in mechanical, but then it's going to definitely open more doors for you. You definitely have to put more effort from your side. Like suppose if you're interested in robotics, like suppose you're interested in robotics, you take PC minors because that's what usually goes with if you have such goals in mind. So you'll definitely have to put up a bit more effort from your own side. Contact some seniors who are in robotics who are doing that. like maybe if you don't even have that contact, any senior that you have, they must be in contact with some seniors that are pursuing robotics. Ask them for their contact and ask them how did they start their robotics thing, or how to start studying or how to know more about it. Minus is just going to do is open more doors for you. During placements, you can definitely, you have a chance to explain them what you have done in your this whole college time, so you can definitely put up. But what mechanical minors in terms of Mohit, what you asked is, it will definitely assure the company or anyone that you have a background, you have a background of both the areas, so that will really really help. So it's definitely a start. You'll have to put a lot more effort from your side again.
Yeah, so guys, the link for the slides is in the chat, so you can view it from there, and we'll also be putting it up in the description of the YouTube video too, in case you miss it. Are there any more doubts?
I think there's one question, like what is there in physics and mathematics and computational science minors? Anything that can help in engineering? When you say computational science minors, do you mean CS minors, right? Just confirm it.
No, I think maths is mathematics and computation.
Yeah, okay, MSCS, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So for physics, I can tell you about physics minors. So in physics minors, the topics you'll be learning will not be that essential with your current course topics. They're more like to give you a broader understanding of how about physics concepts. They do not overlap a lot with the existing engineering topics. If I'm not wrong, I think a couple of quantum mechanics, a couple of topics from quantum mechanics overlap with metallurgy and electrical, but then that's also a very small subset. So physics kind of gives you an opportunity to learn newer things in that domain. Nothing overlapping with your engineering. I'm not sure what MEC is.